All right, everyone, welcome to Rhythm and Roads Las Vegas. I'm your host, Joshua Jacob. On today's show, we have a very special guest, musician and top-ranked tribute artist to Elvis Presley, Moses Snow. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hi there. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. And wow, I mean, you actually tour around the world doing this show of Elvis Presley. I mean, it's amazing just already the videos I've been watching. Like, man, that's awesome that you are living the life of that. So,
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's a lot of fun,
oh, I
I
bet.
love it.
Yeah,
Mm.
dude. Well, one thing is for the fans and for myself as well is that I haven't seen your show, of course, I've just seen videos, but for those that have seen your shows and been there, and of course they're huge lovers of Elvis, but what's your story, man? We want to know the Moses Snow story of just from the beginning of just, your interest of singing when you've discovered the desire to want to sing, how, what age were you in that? And then from there, we can move on to when you finally got your break, man, and becoming top ranked impersonator of Elvis. So,
Yeah, I would say that music has always been a part of my life since as long as I can remember. And I say that
wow.
as long as I can remember. I mean, I've only been on this planet for probably about 23 years now at the time of this
Oh,
recording,
oh,
so
really? Okay.
not much as most, but
Yeah, yeah.
um yeah, music was a very prominent thing growing up for me. Elvis surprisingly to most people, Elvis wasn't the first guy that was really around musically in the household for me. It was really just a mix of everything. My dad
Oh,
was
wow.
into 80s hair metal, and
Oh, no way, really?
my mom was into, like, contemporary Christian music, and then my sister was over there listening to anywhere from like Shania Twain to Katy Perry and all that. And then my brother
Wow.
was
Okay.
my yeah, and my brother, keep in mind when I was growing up in the early 2000s, it's like at the time music was like my brother loved modern music at that time. So that was probably like your more EDM and
Oh,
dubstep
okay.
kind
Yeah.
of music. So I was surrounded by a lot of just versatile music and hearing and listening to everything. And then eventually I got interested in choir
Oh,
around middle
cool.
school.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was a major choir nerd. I fell in love with it.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
I was all about, reading solfege and being a part of ensemble choir and different
Wow.
parts and stuff. And it fell into basically my love for Elvis and music as a whole, before. But middle school was really that time I started figuring out, what worked for me and what didn't, and it all kind of fell into place. I would say over the first year or two while I was in middle school, that, yeah, like, music was my thing, you know.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
And wow, thanks for sharing that cool story. So do you learn the guitar as well, like during the middle school or what?
So I would say funny enough, everything really gets started when I found my fascination for Elvis,
Oh, okay.
because I started teaching myself guitar and piano and music theory and everything, all
Wow.
because of my fascination for Elvis, which eventually
Wow.
evolved into my fascination for music
Yeah.
in its entirety. And so, I would say I taught myself about 80% of like the guitar and everything. I There was a good friend I had at the time who helped me on it because he was a lot better at guitar than I was. But I was always fascinated by it, not because of how most people want to be, like, oh, I want to learn the guitar. That's a cool party trick, or that's they're already into music or whatever. I wanted to learn it because I'm like, Elvis knew how to play rhythm guitar. I want to
Right.
learn how to
Yeah.
play rhythm guitar, and
Yeah, dude.
a lot of it kind of funneled into it was because Elvis did it, so I
Yeah.
wanted to do it,
Right.
and then eventually I kind of appreciate myself back then for doing that because it translated into I now love a lot of different kinds of music and translated into me being able to play rhythm guitar, piano, or bass for whatever stuff I liked.
Wow. That's cool.
Um, yeah, so but it's just funny how I got into it all because it all was funneled through this filter of wanting to be just like Elvis,
Yeah.
especially because I got into it when I would say around 13 years old. And I kind of found that style and genre myself.
Oh, you did.
And
That's what I was going to
yeah,
ask you is
yeah,
how did you stumble upon his music? Like, was it a family playing the song? You're like, who's that? Or you just said, oh,
yeah,
look, let me look up Elvis and just check him out, you know?
yeah. It was actually all of the above.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it was around Christmas time.
Yeah.
I want to say back in maybe 2015
Okay.
ish
Yeah.
area. Yeah. And it was around Christmas time. And I was already, like I established earlier, that I was this choir nerd.
Yeah.
So I already loved to sing. I knew
Okay.
singing was something I was always wanting to do, no matter what.
Yeah.
And there was this karaoke channel on our television that would play some of the Christmas classics, karaoke like White Christmas
Oh,
and,
okay. Yeah.
maybe some like Frank Sinatra Christmas
Yeah.
and Bing Crosby and all of that. And so I started singing all those songs, and then I scrolled through and I found the song called Blue Christmas
Oh,
by
yes.
Elvis Presley. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I started to play it, and they had a feature on there where you listen to like the reference of like the lead singer singing it, and then you sing to
Oh,
it.
okay.
So yeah, it was pretty cool. And so I listened to it, and I'm like, wow, I really like this a lot.
Oh my
And
God.
I started singing it, and something about and at that time I didn't know, the different genres of music or whatever. All I knew is just whatever I listened to, and if I liked it, I just liked it.
Yeah, you just liked it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I fell in love with because it felt so different to me, so new to me than all these other classic Christmas songs and stuff. And at that time, it was really because Elvis had more of that bluesy rock and roll feel compared to, the crooner music
Yeah.
and all of the smooth stuff, which is great too. I love
Yeah.
that stuff as well. But when I sung Elvis for the very first time, there was just something that I'm like, I connect
Oh
this
man.
music so much more, and it just it just fit, it just clicked. I didn't know what the genre was. I didn't even know who really Elvis Presley was.
Wow.
I didn't know really anything about him, because mainly my family kind of grew up on, like, I grew up, like I said, on all these different kinds of music.
Yeah.
And if there
Right.
was anything kind of old school rock and roll going on in the house or in the car, it was
Yeah.
mainly like the Beatles,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? So I didn't really know who, and it was funny because at the time I'm like, who is this Elvis guy? I really like this
What a
song.
trip.
Yeah. So I asked my parents about
Yeah.
that, and I'm like, who's Elvis? And they're like, you don't know who Elvis is, And I'm like, no. So they showed me more songs
Yeah.
of his, which were mind blowing to me at the time because it was still in that same bluesy
Right.
style that I was
Yeah.
just like, I love this.
Yeah.
And the more videos I got shown of him, I just, I was like, huh, I can totally do this, like
Wow.
but the funny part was like,
Yeah.
I don't consider myself no prodigy either. Like I definitely at that time still didn't really know how to sing correctly. I was wearing just these very rectangular, nerdy glasses, and like shorts and a graphic tee. I was as far away from the look in persona and voice as anything. I was just a kid
Crazy.
that was that maybe had a little bit too much confidence to try to sing, even though I couldn't really sing as well. But
Wow.
at the end of the day, I mean, that's
Yeah.
what kind of got me through and just kept at it. And over time, I researched more and more about
Man.
this Elvis
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Well, let me look up this guy. What the hell is he?
yeah, and I'm like,
Oh my
I
God.
love his music. Every time, every new one I hear, I love it. I
Yeah.
wonder if this Elvis guy has more songs that I can sing and
Yeah.
cover. And lo and behold, he has
Oh,
hundreds in
yeah.
his catalog. So I
Like,
eventually went down that rabbit hole of
yeah.
just slowly becoming
Right.
more and more obsessed and a fan.
Yeah. And I laugh because it's like when you discover Elvis, bro, there's so much. Oh my God.
Yes.
The music, the films. His history is amazing, and just yeah, that's why I'm laughing because I'm like, bro, I bet when you got into studying him and all that, it was like a part-time job where you were just like looking up all his songs, listening to each one, reading his bios. It's dude, like wow. And I love the fact that and the thing that's really like shocking, but in a good way, is just when I've looked at your videos, bro, it's like if you were just from the beginning of your life was like, I love Elvis. I want to be a, you know what I mean? And it's just like
Yeah.
when I hear this, I'm like, wait, so you just stumble across him and the way that you portray him is like incredible, bro. Like,
I
you know what I
appreciate
mean?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It it really is kind of funny when I look at it now, because I've been doing this, I think, for about 8 or 9 years, which is
Wow.
crazy.
8 or 9 years already?
Yeah, I'm losing
Dude.
track of the number. It's been that long, but it doesn't it doesn't even feel that long. And
Wow. Congrats
I
on that,
know,
man.
thank you. I know
Yeah.
some of these guys in the business who do the same thing as I do. They've done it since they were like 8 years old,
Yeah.
or
Some
like
have done
even
it. Yeah.
younger,
Yeah.
like how Bruno Mars grew up. He used to
Yeah.
do when he was really little, he used to do the whole Elvis thing. Some of the guys in the business were that young too,
That's true.
and they're
Yeah.
still doing it.
And they're still doing it. Yeah.
And it just blows my mind sometimes that I'm like, yeah, I just kind of listened to a song and fell in love with it, and then
Oh my
I'm
God, dude.
at all these places, so it's
Yeah.
crazy.
And then here you are touring the world,
I know.
being an Elvis tribute artist.
Yeah, like if you were to
Oh my
tell my
God, man.
family or even my younger self that, like,
Yeah.
because my fascination of Elvis, like all of this would happen, I would
Yeah.
be like, how? Like,
Yeah. Like how? Really?
exactly.
That's amazing,
Um,
dude. Wow.
yeah, it's incredible. And I had no clue, me and my parents had no clue that there was this huge world, like
Oh,
there's
yeah.
obviously the Elvis fan base,
Right,
right?
right.
And
Yeah.
and people who are fans of Elvis and stuff, and I'm a fan of Elvis, of course, but there's this whole other like tribute artist world
Oh,
that doesn't even
definitely.
include just Elvis. It's like you have Michael
Oh,
Jackson,
of
you have
course.
Elton
Yeah.
John, yeah, like
Right.
there's this whole like community of
Oh,
tribute
very.
artists
Yeah.
I never even knew about 8 or 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And so once we first heard of all of this stuff going on, we were like, whoa, we had no clue.
Yeah. It's definitely big out here in Vegas. There's so many
Yeah.
tribute artists out here in Vegas from different genres. It's amazing. But you have, I mean, you have Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, I mean, Lady Gaga, I mean, it's Elvis, Frank
Yeah.
Sinatra. There's so many tribute artists out here. Oh, in Vegas, it's amazing. And for you to be doing that, dude, that's why I'm just like, bro, get to Vegas, bro. Let's have you
Yes.
part of that. Yeah. Dude,
I'd love
wow,
to someday.
what a journey, man. And so what I want to get to is the point of you having like the discovery of this vision that you had, right? So, okay, so I love Elvis. We get that. Okay, I've studied him. I looked up his music and all that. And then the idea come around, hey, what about if I just be a tribute artist then? Okay, how do we do that, right? So
You
do
know,
we need to find a band, we need to find a drummer, we need to find, musicians. Okay, and then what's next? Booking shows. How do I start that? I've never done that. So yeah, what was the journey like and all that?
it was honestly such a snowball effect kind of process
Wow.
where one thing led to another thing, and it's still happening too, which is crazy.
That's
Like
cool. Yeah.
I think that like okay, now it's gonna kind of slow down, but everything just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing and
And that's a good thing.
yes, yeah. And
Yeah.
it was just something I would say that kind of fell into
Wow.
more than anything because I guess my first real start would be at this local cafe where I used to live,
Okay.
that my parents took me to, and there was this like Elvis tribute artist there. His name was James Wages,
Okay.
and he performed at this cafe place over in our hometown. And my parents were like, okay, well, since our son's into, Elvis now, we'll go take him to see a little show. And it was like this little cafe, and it's quaint and nothing huge or grand. And he has this routine that he introduces himself to the audience before he performs. He just comes up and, just like, how you doing?
Oh,
Good to
cool.
see you. Thank you for coming to my show. He comes up to our table. He doesn't know us or anything. And
Yeah, yeah.
and my dad was like, "Yeah, my son's really into Elvis. He loves singing and stuff." And he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, really?" I don't think he's ever seen somebody at that time. I was probably 13 or so, and he
Okay.
probably hasn't seen any kid like be like all wanting to sing
Yeah.
Elvis or anything. So he
Right.
thought that was pretty cool. He's
Yeah.
like, really? He was like, okay. He's like, how about he comes up here at some point and shares a leg up with me up on
Oh,
stage
cool.
and sings and I'm like, oh, okay.
Wow,
And for the
man.
longest time, like I've
Yeah.
never been a very show off kind of kid.
Okay.
I've always been more quiet during
More
that
reserved.
time, more
Yeah.
reserved,
Yeah.
just held back to myself a lot. And I still am in ways, but um at that time my parents were like thinking is he really gonna do this, because they've never seen me like express myself that much. I've sung for my parents at my house like a
Yeah.
little, Bluetooth speaker, but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And I go up there at some point during a show. He brings me up and he introduces me, and I sing Blue Suede Shoes
Oh,
in
cool.
front of this
Oh, yeah.
crowd in
Okay.
this cafe.
Yeah.
And at the time, like I said earlier, I'm in glasses and a t-shirt and like sport shorts, and I'm like shuffling my feet. I don't know how to move, dance, or anything,
Okay.
nor do I know how to sing the song right, but I'm trying my best at that age.
Yeah.
And everybody loves it. Everybody,
Wow.
they just ate it up. And then
Crazy.
from then and there, I felt this overwhelming feeling of I don't know if it was probably a mixture of adrenaline and like dopamine kick. And so I felt
Right?
this like high
Oh,
that I've
yeah,
never
dude.
experienced
Right.
ever in my life at 13. And I'm like, that's when, so when I found out that I liked Elvis and I had that click moment, I had another big click moment right after I performed, and everybody just loved it because it clicked in me that I was like, I love doing this.
Wow.
I'm hooked on this. It was like a
Yeah.
drug. Like it was like
Yeah.
I am hooked on performing
Yeah.
for people,
Yeah.
So and my parents were shocked too. Like
Oh, I bet.
yeah, my family, they were like, this is not the Moses we knew, and
Like,
then
who is this guy?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and then it shifted and
Wow.
everything. That's when everything shifted for me.
Oh my God.
And I would start showing up to these random Tuesdays that he would perform, and I'd sing a song there and stuff. And eventually, some of the people in the audience they share me and they go talk to other people that they knew because some of them were a part of this whole tribute world thing.
Yeah, right, right.
And then next thing I know, I'm other Elvis tribute artist guys are contacting me because
Wow.
they thought it would be cool to have me open up for them at their
Oh,
shows
really?
over in the because I'm around in the Dallas Fort Worth Texas area, so
Okay.
there's a couple of tribute artists out there, some
Okay.
awesome guys and some great long lifetime friends now at this point.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were like, hey, we heard about you or we saw a video of you from one of these audience members and I love to have you come open up for me. And then it just kept going like that
Wow.
until I got shared more to other people who did this. And that's where that snowball effect came to happen. And
Amen.
then, yeah, and then I got my own social media page
Wow.
that my parents helped me out. And then that's another thing too. I love my parents so much. They have been the real backbone in my like beginnings of this.
That's good, man.
And I know there's some parents who kind of just find it corny at first and stuff, which it definitely was in the beginning for me. I mean, it didn't look professional or grand or
Yeah.
anything at that
Yeah.
time, but I mean, there's some parents that would not even see the vision and not
Wow.
encourage it,
That's true. Yeah.
and yeah, and my parents just they thought it was amazing that I found something I totally loved and made me happy doing, and they
Wow.
wanted me from the very beginning. They helped me push to where I am right now. So
Well,
yeah,
that I
I'm so grateful for them.
oh yeah, man. I
Yeah.
was gonna say just yeah, you're definitely blessed to have those parents that have supported you from day one.
Mm.
It's very important also that to have parents that will do that, and I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, there will be some that will discourage and be like, "Oh, you're wasting your time." But man, I'm glad you have parents that were supportive from day one, have gotten to you where you're at now, just the help and support, even from probably your friends and family, community, just all that too.
And
Yeah,
and it was funny too because a lot of people ask me too, like especially when I was in middle school and in high school, and when I started actually taking it more seriously, which I
yeah,
know that's what you wanted to also have answered as well. Is there was one point where eventually I ditched the glasses and ditched the athletic wear that I always constantly wore. And I was like, okay, I'm starting to do this more. And
yeah.
now I need to
Dress
do the
the
look, dress the part,
yeah, dress the
right?
part. Yeah.
So slowly over time, I just accumulated stuff and
Wow.
got better at getting my looks. And the more I kept doing this, people would ask me like, "Did you get made fun of in school? Did you get bullied? Did people question it or anything?" And funny enough, because I know from knowing a few guys in the business that they've experienced that,
Oh, really?
starting out
Wow.
young. Yeah.
Okay.
Because sometimes it can look funny to people that don't understand it and they'll be like, oh,
Okay.
you're just some like Elvis guy and just
Mhm.
because it's really easy. It's a fine line. It's really easy to like look funny doing it if you don't do it as well, and
Oh, I
then
see.
so it
Yeah.
can go downhill pretty fast if you're
Oh,
not good
okay.
at being a good tribute artist,
Yeah.
because then you fall into like this caricature of the person that you're trying to be.
True.
um but strangely enough, I really didn't get made fun of or anything for what I did. Anytime that anybody found out what I did, they thought it was cool because they
Wow.
saw me at that young age
Yeah.
on eventually on like theater venue stages
Wow.
and with the lights and singing and
Yeah.
stuff, even though that I would say I'd still looked very amateur and doing all of that. It was still, I know to them, it was still, to my friends or to any of my classmates or whoever, it was still really cool to see that somebody was doing something like that.
Oh, of course, man. Yeah.
So I was always grateful that I got to grow into this business with more of like this overwhelming support
Yeah.
than negativity. There was negatives from time to time, but there was never when I was younger. There was never like this kind of doubtful mentality that crossed my mind ever. So
Wow, man.
um, it was always a lot of positive support,
That's good.
which I'm very blessed and lucky to have because I've heard some major like
Oh, dude, I can
horror
imagine.
stories
Yeah.
from people in this business trying to get started, whether
Yeah.
they're trying to do tribute as Elvis or
Right.
tribute as this or whatever, because the tribute industry is very cutthroat in that respects because it's easy to poke fun at somebody who's trying to be a tribute act,
Mm.
you know, than trying to be their own musician. I mean, even that people get scrutinized for too. So,
That's true.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. No, I'm glad, man. I'm glad that you had a lot more support than being bashed about it or put down about
mm,
it. That's good. And yeah, dude, I mean, you're incredible from the videos I've been watching on your Instagram. The moves, the look, the outfits, I mean, the voice. Bro, I'm like, this is definitely golden. Just the way that, I mean, the way that you have everything just I mean, you really done your research and your homework on Elvis. So, yeah, it
thank
definitely
you.
shows, man. Yeah. So at this point now, I mean, after 8, 9 years, I mean, like, yeah, from your from your Instagram, it says you've traveled all around the world doing this. Yeah, like
Yes.
so. I mean, dude, what an adventure and journey, like just to look back on. And I mean, so I'm just in asking on this. Do you usually travel with your family on this, or do you bring a girlfriend, or is it just you and the band? I mean, when you travel around the world.
So it my dad, for whenever I was, I believe, 18 to 19, he would that's when I started traveling more just outside of the states, and he would come with me.
Oh,
And
okay.
then eventually it just turned into just me going on by myself and traveling the world by myself. So
Wow,
I'd love
that's
to
cool.
bring all of my loved ones with me, but in the business,
It's just yeah.
I mean, with especially with how much plane tickets cost and
Oh
everything, I
yeah,
don't think promoters and
yeah.
managers and everybody would be too happy on spending extra money for you to
Well,
fly
that's
like your
true.
whole family out.
Well,
You know
right,
what I
right.
mean? So, but yeah, most of the stuff I have done, especially now, have been on my own.
Wow,
So
okay.
it's been a solo thing pretty much, and it was a little, a little weird, a little scary at first, that first time branching out from my parents and
Oh, I
everything,
bet. Yeah, man. Yeah.
and going out into a different country without them. So it was like,
Yeah.
but now you get accustomed to it, and you keep doing it, and it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, this is just a thing that I do now, which is crazy to say, but yeah,
That's
it's
good,
just
man.
it's another thing. I would say now the less exciting, boring part is the traveling process, until you get to the actual big shows. So plane trips used to always scare me, but excite me, and then now it just kind of feels like a bus at this point.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. If
Dude,
it, if it,
that's cool, man. Well, I want to ask you, like, so as of right now, like, what's next for you? Are you still, I mean, you do this full time?
I do
Wow.
this. I do this
Yeah.
full time.
But
It's one of those things that, fortunately enough, a hobby of mine and a passion of mine has turned into a full blown
dang,
career. So
man, what a blessing to have that, man. Good for you.
it is. Thank you.
So right now you're on tour. I mean, what's going on now?
I'm
Are you
about
planning?
to be on
You're about.
tour.
Oh, you're about to be. Oh, shoot.
Yes.
Go ahead and share that. Yeah.
Yeah. So next month, from the time of this recording in May, I am going over to the UK
Wow.
for a tour called the Elvis Tribute Artist World Tour.
Whoa.
And right now, for this part of the tour in the month of May, we're going around all over the United Kingdom,
Wow. What
which
an
which is very
experience.
exciting. Yes, I've been there before, and I mean, the musicians, the cast, everybody that's on it is incredible. and it's one of the biggest tribute tours right now. So it's like it's an honor. I've been doing that one for about 2 years now.
Oh, you have.
So
Okay.
yes, so it's been very exciting,
Oh
and
man.
you meet a lot of amazing people, and you make a lot of amazing friends. So
Yeah.
it's so cool to be able to travel and have all those new experiences.
Right. Oh, of
Mm.
course. Especially the UK. I mean, I've never been there, but man, just to experience that side of the world is like,
Yes.
wow. So this tour, is it like a different tribute artists of Elvis that come together, or is it just your tour?
It's for this tour, it's an eras show. So I'm playing my part as the young
Oh,
Elvis.
I see. Okay.
And then there's another guy doing the 68 comeback in like the leather. And
Oh,
then there's
interesting. Wow.
actually two guys in jumpsuits. So we're having one guy doing like the earlier parts of Elvis's Vegas years, and then we're having another guy finish out the show with more of Elvis's like on tour kind of part of his career
That's
where he
cool.
toured the states and everything. So that
Wow.
everybody for this year, everybody's going to get a lot of bang for their buck because they're going to see like this full like just
Oh,
encaptured full eras of Elvis
that's
kind of
amazing.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you have your own show, like that's not part of that. What is that like for those that have not seen your show? So, do you go through the stages like that as well, where you go from the start of his career and then you go to the wearing the leather jacket and pants, like he did that one live audience show? Remember? I
Mhm.
forgot what it's called, but that was actually a great one. I loved that part of Elvis.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, what's that? What's the? I guess the show is for your own show.
So it's funny because my own shows they've always been very different from each other. I've never went outside of the movie years of Elvis.
Okay.
So I've always really stuck to young Elvis
Oh,
and
okay. Cool.
all those early rock and roll rockabilly years.
Yeah.
And I just find it because I'm such a perfectionist with everything, not just like the voice. And I can sing a lot of the later stuff, but it's still like the look, the whole package kind of
Yeah.
deal, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm always honest with myself, and my dad's always honest with me. I think he's more honest with me than I am with myself sometimes, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, but I need that because I realized like if I did wear a leather right now, or if I did wear a jumpsuit right now, in my honest opinion, I don't think I'd be able to entirely pull off the look.
Oh, I
And I
see.
know
Okay.
some people have told me like, oh yeah, you could, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, yeah, maybe in your standard, but like I have like these really high standards. Like I have to be very convincing for myself.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
see.
so it's just if I'm not convinced with a look or with something, then I'm just not going to give a convincing performance overall.
I see.
I'm just not going to feel the part. So,
Yeah.
and especially with my age right now, I'm all about the young
The young
early
version.
Elvis. I mean, like
Yeah.
I'm at that age right where he was, you know, doing everything. So
Right.
I'm like, I need to soak it all in, soak it up right now, and just go 110% with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome,
what
man.
yeah, and what's really cool and right now is I'm in the process of creating my own production and my own show.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yes, with it's called Elvis 56.
That's a cool
And
title. I like that.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and as the title suggests, it takes place in 1956, right at the peak of Elvis's career, the
Wow.
early years of Big Bang of rock and roll and
Yeah.
everything. So we're going to cover all of that
Oh,
material,
man.
and just really, it's going to be a full, like, if you think in your head, especially since you're in Vegas,
Yeah.
like think of like that classical, like 1950s
Oh,
rockabilly
yeah.
era, kind of deal. That's what it's gonna be. We're gonna go full send with that whole aesthetic, that whole vibe, and
Wow.
really capture. I was talking with my buddy, and we want to capture kind of both sides of the coin with with Elvis
Okay.
and with that 50s aesthetic, because I was telling him, funny enough, that that whole 50s rock and roll vibe has two sides to it. It has the daydreamy, going out on dates, milkshake
Yeah,
diner
yeah,
kind of doo-wop thing,
yeah,
which is great,
yeah.
just cool. And we do want to cover stuff that whole vibe like that. But then there's also the other side where it's this big bang of rock and roll, your first rock and rollers, and not just Elvis, but like Chuck Berry, and you
Oh
got
wow.
Jerry Lee Lewis, and you
Yeah.
got BB King, all these guys
Yeah.
just making this big sound that nobody's heard of, and at the time they thought was so provocative and rebellious.
Yeah, yeah,
And
for
so it
real.
totally contrasts with that doo-wop, sunshine,
Wow.
rainbows, lollipops kind of
Wow.
50 stuff. And so we want to like encapsulate all of that with Elvis's career, because it ties into all of it with Elvis, because he was
Yeah.
such the predominant sex symbol of the 50s.
Right. Oh yeah,
So
for
yes,
sure.
so
Yeah.
we're going to lean into that with this production, and it's going to be my first one that we're actually going to take on tour.
Wow, man.
Uh, yeah, into later this year to into next year. So
Oh
some
wow,
very
okay.
exciting stuff for that. Yeah,
Yeah, well, hopefully you could bring that Elvis 56 out here to Vegas, bro.
that would be
Like, come
incredible.
on, man. Like,
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, that's the thing. I don't know how it's going to be done, but whatever you can do with whoever does your, management of getting shows, yeah, like, come on, like, try at least one venue out here. I mean, I could suggest. I mean, I'm not going to say they're going to do it, but I'm just saying I did go to a tribute show of Elvis at Westgate because Westgate Hotel, prior to that, was the International Hotel where he performed
Yeah,
at. Yeah. So I went to that hotel 2 weeks ago, and yeah, incredible just to know that this was his place where he toured. I mean, where he performed his residency and sold over, I forgot how many shows he sold in like 6 months. It was amazing. But I'm just
yeah,
saying, there's always venues out here, man. I mean, just don't give up. Just there's gonna be that one person that's gonna see your work and be like, "Oh yeah, you're coming to Vegas."
yeah,
You just never know, bro. But I mean, for right now, hey, good, you have done so incredible in the way where things are at. It's incredible. You traveling to UK, you already have this production in the works for later this year, dude. Good for you, man. Good for you. I'm happy.
yeah. I'm excited. I mean, everything has been really great, and again, that snowball
Yeah,
effect just
no,
keeps
yeah,
going,
dude.
man.
That's good, man. Do you plan on before we end on this episode, do you plan on recording your own music maybe like of Elvis just to have your voice on it? I don't know if that's possible because I know those copyrighted songs, but I mean, there's people that do recording songs all the time of tributes, but yeah, do you plan
Mhm.
on doing your own?
So, as far as like Elvis
Yeah, like, or
or
your original, it could be Elvis or it could be your own originals or just maybe you want to just do a cover album of your own music. I mean, of you singing his songs, that way people are like,
yeah.
"Oh, cool." Yeah.
So I did have a CD. I still sell it. I don't know why I said have. I still sell it. It's my first CD I made a while back.
Really?
It's when I was yeah, it's when I was younger, and still have it. I've yet to make another CD though,
Okay.
and I do want to eventually make another one at some point. I know that's definitely it's written down in my
Yeah.
notes
Your
to
goal.
something that I need to be
Yeah.
doing is an updated CD. A lot of people have been asking for that
Oh,
as
okay, cool.
well.
Nice.
And then as far as anything else, I thanks to Elvis, it's opened me up to a whole lot of other things in music,
Wow.
just new genres, new artists,
Yeah.
and I've just grown to love everything about music in its entirety. I
Wow.
know there's a lot of people in these kind of industries, the tribute industries, that it feels almost like a religion, like it's sinful to go outside of the genre that you cover, or to like
Yeah.
any kind of modern music or whatever. It's all this hush hush, but like I honestly, there's some great new music right now, and there's great, obviously the greats in the past and some classic stuff. But I love music in its entirety. I love playing music. I love writing.
Yeah.
I love songwriting. I love producing.
Wow.
My funny enough, my brother, kind of tying back into my family, my brother used to be a producer, like a modern producer at the time, making beats for like rappers or
Wow.
certain
Okay.
singers and stuff. So, and it was a little bit before I got into Elvis, so I'd go into his room and he'd had have his setup and everything, his home studio. And he was such a cool brother. He'd let me just like
Wow.
sit on his desk when he wasn't doing anything or playing video games, and I'd just be there like messing around with his DAW system and the softwares and stuff. So I got back into it later on, and yeah, I just love anything from playing music to writing it to even all the technical nerdy stuff like sound engineering and
Yeah. Yeah,
and
dude.
and, and all of that. So and all a lot of it too has just been my own way of teaching myself or learning or buying whatever courses I want to because I just want to learn more about music. So,
Wow.
that's another side of me that honestly right now is for myself at this moment, but I
Yeah.
could see it being shared in a public space at some point.
Good for you, man. I'm glad you're
Yeah.
taking the time to learn and develop your skills, and especially in the music producing era of that field, like
Mhm.
learning how to do that, how to even be in the studio recording. That's good to know. That's going to definitely help you a lot in the future. Even now, I mean, just knowing
Yeah.
even the fundamentals of recording
Yes.
all music, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and mixing and everything. It's
Yeah,
honestly
dude.
learning all that stuff too has shaved down a lot of sound checks for me. So
Oh, yeah, I
yeah.
bet.
And it's made a lot of sound techs very happy as
Oh, I
well.
bet.
So
They're like, "Wow, where'd you come from?"
well,
They're
yeah,
like, I
and
mean, meaning like that's good, this stuff.
yeah, and a
Yeah.
lot of it too, it's that whole stereotype of the singer,
Yeah, they have to.
whatever
Yeah, yeah,
the constant battle of the singer and the sound technician, it's
yeah. Right.
always an ongoing thing. So as much as I can learn music theory for the band and make their
Yeah.
lives easier, and also sound engineering for the sound techs, I mean everything just translates.
Oh shit. The freaking hey, what's going on? Oh my god. Yo, I'm like, whoa.
Sorry that.
No, yeah, it's cool. I'm just like, oh shoot, like what? But don't worry,
Yeah,
we'll.
sorry about that. It just there was somebody trying to get a hold of me, and then they just
Oh,
cut
someone
me
called
out.
you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it cut me out.
Ah,
But
dude. Well, don't worry. I'll try to edit it in the best way I can to kind of avoid that.
yeah,
But
well, at
but
least
yeah,
we were at the end when they
yeah.
did
Thank
this.
God.
So
I'm like, oh,
yes,
this was all. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, let's go ahead and conclude.
okay,
But yeah, man. No, I just want to say thank you again for your time, Moses, for coming on the show. Let me see, make sure I'm recorded still. There we go. Yeah, I should be recorded. Am I? I don't know. Hopefully, yeah, it is recording. All right, cool.
okay, good.
Let me start over on that. No, yeah. So thank you so much, Moses, for coming on the show and just sharing your incredible journey. Like, wow. And I wish you the best on just even the Elvis 56, right? 56?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, that's such a already a cool title to have for your new production show in the works. But for the viewers, how can they stay updated with you on your Instagram, your socials, and all the links there?
Course. I've actually made it really easy
Oh, cool, nice.
for most things. Yes. So anybody can find me on any platform, and that means TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, under Moses Snow Music.
Okay.
And then also for Facebook and Instagram, I know there's this huge scam bot battle going on of like fake accounts that are not me or,
Oh, sure.
and
Okay.
all of that stuff. So for Facebook and Instagram specifically, they need to find that blue check mark
Yeah, the blue check mark.
with, yeah, the
Okay.
blue check mark, which
Yeah.
means verified, and that's me
Yeah. And
for
legit.
yeah, I'm legit. Yeah. So Moses Snow Music,
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram, that blue check mark will signify that's really me. And
Yeah.
I will never ask for your social security or your credit card number. So if
Well, I'm
you
glad we got those cleared out.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you ever see a Moses Snow
Yeah.
asking you for that, that is not me.
That is not you. Yeah. 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 Okay. Well, thanks for clarifying with
Yeah.
the small print on that.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, but it
That's
happens.
crazy, man. Wow.
Mm.
Well, guys, I want to share also if you'd like to come on Rhythm and Rose Las Vegas and share your story, my Instagram is Joshua Jacob Official. I believe every story matters. Every story can impact someone's life by just watching one episode and be inspired to pursue their dream and keep going. I mean, life is hard as it is, and sometimes we just need that encouragement just by watching one episode to be like, you know what, I'm gonna keep going, and who knows what
Yes.
that door will open. So. All right. Well, thank you, Moses Snow. I wish you the best, man. Really, just thank you so much for just sharing your gift to the world, and doing this. And just what, for me as a man of faith, God has opened doors tremendously for the snowball effect in your life. That's been, wow, a blessing to your family, friends, everybody, just in what you're doing. So,
Yes. Thank you so much, Joshua. I appreciate you so much, man.
oh, yeah,
And
man.
this is an awesome, awesome series you got going here and
Oh, well,
show you
thanks,
got going
man.
here. Yeah, it's incredible. So I love it, man. And again, I'm so blessed to be a part of this, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, guys. Well, this is Joshua Jacob with Rhythm and Roads, Las Vegas. Thank you for watching.